Good morning, USA.
Yo 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 yo.
Jess Hilarious.
Good morning.
Charlamagne will be here in a minute. And it's Thursday. Hey. What's up, Jess? How you feeling?
Listen, yo, body sore. I'm tired. I was having muscle spasms.
Yeah.
Yo, the gym is getting more and more intense.
That's right. Well, so if you're just tuning in, Jess and I go to the same gym, Dr. Chuck Morris. It's not your typical gym. It's a little more strenuous, but his workout routine is a way that you only have to work out once a week, and it should feel like a workout of 5 days and give you the same workout as 5 days.
Yo, but you be going more than one day now. He was like, no, Heavy comes on Mondays and Wednesdays, and I'm like, yo, why do y'all go so much? You cheating, yo?
Because you could do abs more than once a week.
Okay.
So I do abs as well.
Okay, because I know, yo, all the stuff that he be having us doing, yo, you can't do that more than once. You'll have muscle failure.
Yeah,
you'll literally break down.
Yeah, so yesterday, Jess and her husband was there, Gia was there, my daughter was there, and we were all, it is hilarious watching everybody work out because we be all pushing each other.
Yes.
And I'd be like, turn him up, Doc, turn him up. And your husband be pushing, and I'd be like, come on, Chris, come on, Chris.
Yes, so.
Yo, yesterday, he was like, F that. I'd never heard him curse.
Yes, I know.
He was like, F that. You ran off. I don't know.
I went to the dentist. I went down the hallway down to the dentist. Yo.
It was a lot of fun. So salute to Dr. Chuck Morris and
Midtown Biohack.
Had a good time. Now, today on the show, Pete Buttigieg will be joining us. He was a former United States Secretary of Transportation.
Yes.
What he does now, I don't know.
I don't know either, yo. But the crazy thing is, I ain't know he was gay.
What?
I ain't know he was gay. Hey, it's good. It's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know. But it was something that happened in the interview, and I was like, what? Why y'all playing with this man the whole time he gay?
Oh, you had no clue at all?
Yeah, I thought that y'all was playing like y'all play with each other. I'm like, you can't play with this white man like this whole time. He really gay.
Yeah, well, the name is Pete Buttigieg.
That's why I thought y'all was playing with him because his real last name is Buttigieg. I'm like, yo.
No.
That's wild.
He's not. No, he's former United States Secretary of Transportation. He ran for president a couple of years ago.
Dope.
He has 2 kids. He's married. We'll talk to him. We'll get into his life.
Yeah.
He served in the military. He's a good guy.
He cool as hell.
Yeah, cool as hell. Good guy. All right. Well, let's get the show cracking. Before we do, you're where this weekend?
I am in Arlington, Texas, y'all. So get your tickets if you have not yet. JessHilariousOfficial.com. We'll be at the Improv. We got 2 shows tomorrow, which is Friday, and then we got 3 shows on Saturday. I just added a matinee because I will not be doing shows Sunday. So get your tickets, Arlington, Dallas, Fort Worth. I'll see y'all there tomorrow.
All right. Well, let's get the show cracking. When we come back, we got front page news, so don't go anywhere. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. What's up, Morgan?
Hey, y'all. Hey, how we feeling on a Thursday?
That's black and highly favored. What's happening, Morgan?
I love to hear it. All right, so first on front page, the Wall Street Journal is reporting President Trump was informed back in May that the Justice Department, by the Justice Department, that his name appears multiple times in the Jeffrey Epstein files. Now, the outlet said officials told Trump during a routine briefing that the files contain what believed was unverified hearsay about many people, including Trump. One administration official told the Journal that hundreds of other names are contained in the documents. Trump was also reportedly told by the DOJ that they did not plan to release more documents because they contained child pornography. Now, the new report comes days after the Journal published a story about an alleged birthday letter sent by Trump to Epstein, to which Trump is suing the outlet and its owners for $20 billion. Elsewhere, Jeffrey Epstein's brother has come out and said that President Trump's claims on never visiting the sex offender at his office is just another blatant lie. Mark Epstein refuted the president's claim and said that people worked for Jeffrey in his office and they could testify that they saw Trump in Jeffrey's office on numerous occasions. So just, a little tidbit there regarding those files that everybody wants to see and we're still waiting for.
Is he, did they say whether he's mentioned in there because of allegations or just association?
Just right now it says here, quote, unverified hearsay about many people, including Trump. So
I have a theory that Republicans are tired of Trump and we about to witness a political coup and they're going to use the Epstein files to get him out of here and take their party back. But I'll explain more during Donkey of the Day later.
But I won't get too much into that. The White House says that former President Obama tried to sabotage President Trump after his 2016 election victory. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said newly declassified documents confirm those allegations. Let's take a listen to her comments.
The Obama administration manufactured politicized intelligence, which was later used as the justification for baseless smears against President Trump.
So Leavitt said the documents also further confirmed there was no collusion between President Trump and Russia. This comes as Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard said the Obama administration colluded with the intelligence community to go after President Trump. She said Obama officials suppressed evidence and withheld the truth from the American people. Gabbard called the report troubling and said that, and she spoke more about the findings involving the Obama administration. Let's take a listen to Tulsi Gabbard's comments.
There is irrefutable evidence that detail how President Obama and his national security team directed the creation of an intelligence community assessment that they knew was false. The report that we released today shows in great detail how they carried this out. They manufactured findings from shoddy sources. They suppressed evidence and credible intelligence.
And yes, so Obama's office has responded to the allegations, calling them outrageous, bizarre, and a weak attempt at distraction.
Yeah, deflection, distraction. Like, what about those Epstein files, though? That's why I keep saying don't stop talking about those Epstein files. Like, Trump treats Obama and Democrats the way some people in the culture treat Jay-Z and Rock Nation. Okay.
It doesn't make any sense. We're talking about something for 2016. Like, what are we talking about?
So why he didn't do this in his first term?
Exactly.
What about the files?
Exactly.
Though?
He heard his name was in the Epstein files and said, all right, no more Epstein files. We're going to hold that off.
Bro, the Epstein files is where the conversation should stay. Okay? Especially when you see the House took the summer off so they don't got to take a vote on the Epstein file. That should tell you everything that you need to know. The House took the whole summer off, 2 months, so they don't have to vote on the Epstein files. What about everything else going on in the world?
But wait, not before the House Republicans voted on, at least a House committee on Tuesday approved an amendment to call the Kennedy Center First Lady Melania Trump Opera House. You know, they had time to do that. So House Republicans, of course, want to rename the Kennedy Center's Opera House after First Lady Melania Trump. And on Tuesday, they approved an amendment to do that, calling it the First Lady Melania Trump Opera House. The proposal came from Idaho Republican Mike Simpson, and of course it passed along party lines. If it becomes law, Congress would need to approve the broader If it would become law, Congress approves the broader GOP spending bill that funds the Department of Interior, EPA, and other agencies. So yeah,
I have no idea what that even means. I don't, watch.
The Kennedy Center might become.
Change the name.
First Lady Melania Trump Opera House.
As long as they don't mess with the Apollo, I'm cool. I don't know nothing about it.
He might next. He might next.
I don't know nothing about Kennedy.
Not my hood.
I just don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about the Kennedy.
All right, y'all. That's your front page news for 6 a.m. Stick around at 7 a.m. We're talking more presidential stuff. And, of course, that viral stop in Jacksonville has developed with that story. So stick around.
All right. Everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Again, 800-585-1051. Hit us up right now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. It's a new day. This is your time to get it off your chest.
Wake up.
Whether you're mad or blessed.
It's time to get up and get something.
Call up now. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Yes, this is Al Will.
Al Will, what up? Get it off your chest, brother.
Hey, what up? I mean, how you live in Angel State? First off, shout out DJ MD, Charlamagne of God, Sir Jess.
Peace, King.
Morning.
Hey, watch. I was just here to talk about hypocrisy. Not only just the hypocrisy within our culture, the hypocrisy within the system.
Okay.
I think everything that's going on, we're very much aware of. Even the things that you guys speak on. But we also just choose to deny those things that are going on. And I think we should stop doing that.
Okay, give us an example.
I think Charlamagne is going to more and more, as in speaking freely, without fear of the system and fear of the backlash that may come with it. Because the truth has to be told at all times.
Well, appreciate you, brother.
All right, brother.
Absolutely. I agree. The truth should be told at all times.
Hello, who's this?
Good morning. This is Michelle.
Hey, Michelle. Good morning.
Hi, Jess.
Hey, Roy.
Hi, Loren. Hi, Charlamagne. I don't know if Lauren's in the room. So I called on the day after Malcolm Jamal Warner died, and I wanted to say to Charlamagne specifically, you said something that wasn't aired. I'm glad it wasn't. But we have to give gratitude to everybody that works around us, right? The people behind the scenes, the people that making stuff happen that we don't hear. And so I just want to pour a little gratitude on those people that we don't hear behind the scenes that make you guys sound great. I also wanted to tell DJ Envy, thank you for coming to the Hampton Roads area and bringing that car show. Something for my child to do. I mean, we didn't have to drive across the bridge. Her timeline was it, and she was so excited. She was like, "Oh my God, Mommy, they're gonna think I'm an onion." And she's a senior this year, so I just wanted to tell you guys, thank you, thank you for what you do, thank you for who you are, and thank you to the entire crew for doing what you do.
Well, thank you so much. Hopefully we can bring it back. A lot of families came up to me and said there's not much to do in the 757 for families that's affordable. So hopefully we can bring it back next year. We're trying. Hopefully we can work with the city and get it done, but we would love to bring it back. We had such an amazing time. We had so many people, so many families. I hope we can bring that back.
That line was double down, wrapped around, out the door. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, you know why? Because people got there on time. That's what I was saying. Like,
oh wow,
because the doors open up at 12. At 11:30, there was a line down the block. There was like 1,000 people online at 11:30. So, but
that's what's up.
But I appreciate the 757 for coming out the way that they did. Thank you so much, Mama.
And we appreciate you guys. Y'all have a great weekend.
You too,
right now. And don't forget, this August 16th, we're actually in Jersey. So if you missed Virginia, don't worry. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to run it back in New Jersey. Tickets are available now. And if you're in the tri-state area, or, if you're from the DMV area, Virginia, North Carolina, you can make it down. I would love to get your car in the show. Just email me what kind of car you have, djmvcarshow@gmail.com. Send pictures. You can be a vendor, sponsor. I can't wait to see you guys. Get it off your chest, though. 800-585-1051. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest.
Keep calling.
800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Yo, it's Mide. Good morning, DJ Envy.
Mide, what's up?
Charlamagne the guy.
What up, Mide?
Beautiful Jess.
Good morning.
Hey, I love the relationship between Charlamagne and Envy. I know y'all got a real brother relationship, but Envy, you got to workshop some jokes with Jess, man. Envy was on you yesterday.
So he always on me.
What you mean I'm always on him? What?
Pause.
Exactly. Why you got to resort to gay? Like, relax.
That's how you always are.
Huh?
No, but how you gonna say his own son gonna body slam him?
Because it's true. Have you seen Logan?
It's not true.
Logan will put
hey, Logan, he diesel for sure. But hey, Envy got it. You got it.
No, you don't. Envy don't even have old man strength. Envy he trying to get in shape now, but he can't mess with Logan right now. He know that.
He's from Queens. He was with Clue.
Oh my God! Oh wow! He
just can't help him.
They gonna throw wreckage at people. I'm gonna scratch you to death. Yeah.
Thanks, me. Goodbye, man. He's supposed to help me, man.
He's from Queens. He's with Clue. Oh yeah, I'm scared now.
Oh my God.
He couldn't say 50 Cent.
Like anybody else.
All the muscular people in Queens. He got Clue. Oh wow, yeah.
Hello, who's this?
Good morning, Breakfast Club. Good morning, NV.
What's
up? Good morning, Charlamagne.
Peace,
Jess Hilarious.
What's up, brother?
Hey.
Get it off your chest.
First, I want to just get off my chest that Charlamagne.
Yes, sir.
I thought I told you this like last year, man. You got to fix your clock, man. Like,
fix my what?
How you late so often? Even in the
I'm about to say, my penis is fine.
A lot, like in the new office and everything, bro. Come on.
First of all, you don't know what my contract says. My hours are 6:05. So I'm actually here early when I'm here at 6 a.m., sir. Okay?
Oh, my Lord. Yo, thank you for all the knowledge I bring throughout the years, man.
Thank you, brother.
All right, brother. Have a good
Appreciate
one.
you, man.
Appreciate you.
Hello, who's this?
How you doing? This is Stacy. How y'all doing?
Hey, Stacy.
Stacy? Cupcake Stacy?
Stacy said that like we
yeah.
Right. Yeah, you introducing yourself for the first time.
No, I know, but no, because I wanted to talk about a serious topic.
Okay.
I wanted to touch on the topic from yesterday where, like, the black boy got punched in the face by the cops.
Yeah.
We have to teach our kids to just do what they say so we can get home. I get it. He probably didn't have no reason to do what he did, but you still have to listen because you have to get home to your family. Listen, there's two people I don't play with, and that's the cops and that's the judges. I'll talk my issue to anybody else, but when it comes to them, listen, I just do what they say. Don't give them a reason because they want to get rid of us anyway. Don't give them no reason.
Well, you know, that's such an interesting story because I truly feel like the cop had no reason, no justifiable reason to punch that young man in his face. But when you watch the whole video and realize the kid was driving with a suspended license, I agree with you. There was no reason for that guy to, you know, be acting like that with that cop, knowing your license is suspended.
Yeah, remember, we're black. We just can't talk to them the way our Caucasian cousins talk to them. Listen, they can shoot up schools and get away with everything. We get shot for having Skittles and a hoodie on. So we gotta just be better with just doing what they say. Listen, the end goal is to get home. Right. Listen, if y'all want me to walk on top of the truck of the popcorn, do it. We just gotta show them a little bit more respect, even though they look at us like animals.
Yeah, you know, Stacey,
like,
it's funny that you said that, right?
You just gotta get home to your family.
My dad, you know, who's a retired police officer, NYPD retired. I used to get pulled over a lot. All through New York City. And I used to be very argumentative with the police. Very, very argumentative.
Dominican white man.
No, you can't do that.
Hold on. But my dad would yell at me all the time, and his whole thing was, you got to make it home.
Yeah.
He said, you make it home, we can fight. He says, but if you don't make it home, we have a whole nother problem.
Yeah.
So he was like, you got to make it home. And that's what I tell my kids now as well. Make it home. Make it home first.
Right.
And then we can do what we got to do.
Listen,
and that ain't being a sucker. Like that ain't being a soft. That's making it home to your family. My dad would tell me that all the time. Now, I didn't listen. Because I would argue still, but now that I got kids, it's the same thing.
No matter what, no matter what,
like you doing it right now.
No, he's not.
Yeah, shut up. Let Stacey talk.
This is
crazy. I mean, not Charlamagne. DJ Envy. No, seriously. You're black. That's right. They look at you just like they look at Charlamagne.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
I'm way blacker. Look at me.
No, I get it, Charlamagne. But good morning, y'all.
Look at me.
Goodbye, Stacey.
That is crazy to even say, Stacey. No, I am way black.
It was funny, yo. Envy was like talking about him back in the day. Stacey was like, "No, Envy, wait, you can't. Don't do that, Envy. Stop." Like, yo, you talking about back in the day, Stacey.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. Now we got the latest with Loren coming up. What we talking about, Loren?
Yes, we do, y'all. Cardi B is being sued, and y'all will not.
Usually, she do the suing.
Listen, she is being sued, and y'all won't believe who and what she is being sued about.
Oh, wow.
All right, we'll get to that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get to the latest with Loren.
Loren becoming a straight fact.
She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on this.
The latest with Loren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
What was the latest?
On The Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
So Cardi B is being sued for assault on battery by a woman who alleges that Cardi B struck her with a microphone. So you guys remember it was some years ago. It was back in 2023 when Cardi B was on the stage in Vegas and there was water thrown at her and she threw the microphone.
It was ice. That was ice. It was water, but it was ice that they threw at her.
Well, they threw something at Cardi and she responded and threw the microphone back. And because of that, we are now sitting and facing this lawsuit in 2025 where Cardi is. So she is being accused, Cardi B, of assault and battery by a Jane Doe who alleges that the microphone was thrown at her during that day party. And she says that this happened after she alleges Cardi B asked people in the crowd to throw water at her. And she says that this individual, when she threw the water at Cardi, as well as other people did, she's like, I did it, but there were other people in the audience who did it as well, that Cardi B responded in a way that harmed her. So now there's an attorney, her name is Sierra N. Norris, who is representing this Jane Doe, and they're actually holding a press conference today in Vegas to talk about this. Now this video, you guys remember, circulated a bit, but when I received the filing, the lawsuit, one of the things I asked Sierra Norris was, it's 2 years later almost, like, why now? And what I was told is that they wanted to wait until the client was comfortable and it took some time for the victim to be ready to proceed with litigation. But yeah, I thought that it was...
when somebody that rich hits you with a microphone, you're going to be hurt for the next 2-3 years, okay?
I'm sure Cardi...
I'd have fell and still been on the ground, right?
I'm sure Cardi knew that was coming. I think she knew that one was coming. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, like, that's when you can't. You got to eat that one.
Yeah,
you got to eat that one.
She knew that one was coming.
But why not sue the day after?
I mean,
I was unconscious. I didn't wake up for 4 days.
I hear you, but
you do know when you sue somebody like that, you have to go through the procedures. Like if you get in a car accident, you have to go to the doctor. You have to go to physical rehab. You have to pad your case a little bit.
And if you're doing it right, you got to get a lawyer to take the case. A lot of these people be filing on their own. You know, so I'm sure the lawyer did their due diligence, watched the video, all of that stuff like that, and was like, okay, we got something here.
2 years ago.
I'm sure you see the young lady went to some type of therapy, some type of physical
therapy.
therapy.
Going to therapy for the last 2 years.
Yeah, you'll see all that.
Emotional trauma, mental distress. Okay, I have seizures in the middle of the night for no reason.
Seizures, not seizures.
Right. I better help her.
Whenever Bodak Yellow come on, I just start shaking.
Oh
my
God,
goodness.
this is a lot. Y'all giving her a lot of help. I love this. This is crazy.
Well, back when this incident happened, the microphone was actually sold for $99,000. It was sold shortly after the incident, and Jane Doe was actually claiming that this exacerbated her and caused emotional distress.
Exactly.
That the microphone was sold.
Yes. Now, the owner of Wave World, which was the venue at the time, had released a statement saying that the money was going toward 2 charities, the Wounded Warrior Project and a local Vegas charity, Friendship Circle Las Vegas. But yes.
And that lady said, that Jane Doe said, speaking of wounded, okay, all right, look at my forehead. All right, like that's just one you got to eat.
I'm sure they'll settle it out.
Yeah, when you make a decision like that, when you make a choice like that to throw the microphone in the crowd and to hit somebody, you just got to deal with the consequences.
How much she's suing for?
Right now, there is no numbers, but she is suing for damages. So sometimes they'll just keep it open like that, and then sometimes you'll get to a number. But most of the time, when you bring a lawsuit like this, you don't announce a number because you want to see where you can fall negotiation wise.
Remember when Fat Joe told us that there was a time people just used to walk in front of him and fall?
Yeah,
because they knew that they could sue and get some money. He said literally people would just walk in front of him and fall.
Because like he was gonna step on them and hurt them, or what?
Because they'll say that Fat Joe hit him or Fat Joe ran into him and sue.
That's what happened.
Damn.
That's the price of being who you are.
Yes, and I was going to say,
I would try to get stepped on by him though, you know, because of course this was in his bigger days. Like I would try to get stepped on, not just fall in front of somebody. Like that's crazy.
He's not even that big no more.
Yeah, no more.
Back in the
back in the day. Imagine him stepping on you.
I was going to say to your question about how much with the lawsuit, because they're having a press conference today, maybe you might hear a number if there's been some conversations. But I also wanted to mention before we close out Cardi B that back when this incident happened, Cardi was investigated on by police to see if this could be like an actual crime, and they didn't move forward with anything. She was not charged with this incident.
I wonder how she's going to show up to the press conference. Is she going to show up still bandaged? With a crutch on?
I thought you was talking about Cardi.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Not from 2 years now.
You never know, man.
2 years, bro.
You never know.
Probably eye patch.
You never know.
Band-Aid.
I've been legally blind for 2 years. I go in and out.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Let's just commend Shorty's aim. I'm talking about Cardi's aim is crazy.
Well, maybe not commended right now.
I might have forgot how to use curse, but yeah.
Yes, well, moving on in more New York news. So remember we talked about Jay-Z going after the bid for the casino in New York. Well, yesterday there was a meeting. There was a committee meeting that took place yesterday. This was the first community advisory committee meeting where Jay-Z was present. So Jay-Z's Rock Nation company decided to partner with SL Green and Caesars Entertainment for the Caesars Palace Times Square Casino. So yesterday in that meeting, Jay-Z actually made a few comments. He talked about trying to reserve himself. He says that this is a very good idea. He said that it is very good alignment for us to fulfill the promise to Times Square. He also added that his proposal is not coming to compete with Broadway. There have been some conversation about will it take business away from Broadway, with Broadway already struggling or not. He says that they're not going to be competing with Broadway. They actually want to add business and add things. But yesterday was their first move in placing their bid on the casino.
Yeah, I don't see how, people do not want the casino in the middle of Times Square right there at 1515. I mean, all it's going to do is increase, tourism and increase the amount of bodies that go down to Times Square, which should lift up everything.
Yeah, the only thing I see is they say traffic, right? But
a lot more of it.
But with congestion prices, it calmed down the traffic a lot. But I don't see it doing anything but helping Broadway.
Exactly.
Because if more tourists come in town, it gives you things to do.
You can do a whole weekend. You can come you'll be in here from Thursday to Sunday.
yeah, you can do the, Broadway, you can do the casino. There'll be shows there. There'll be comedy shows. There'll be, stuff to do in Broadway, and then you go over the other side and go to the American Dream Mall and go roller coaster riding with your kids. So there's gonna be a lot to do. I think it's gonna bring more people to the area, which I think is a good thing for Broadway, since Broadway is suffering so bad.
I agree. And yesterday they said he said in that meeting that 0.5% of all of the revenue is gonna go to Manhattan Plaza forever.
Yeah,
in perpetuity.
I don't think.
Come on, man.
I think that's great.
I think it is too. I mean, anytime you can do something like that where it's like continued and it's going to like keep it's going to keep circling back around to the people, it's a good thing. But to have a person from New York like Jay-Z be at the helm of it, I think people don't understand how big that is.
It's projected to drive nearly $900 million in annual neighborhood spending for that whole area. And New York needs that. New York hasn't had an upgrade in so goddamn long. I be thinking New York need to look like Dubai. At least Charlotte.
Nah, it should.
You know what I mean? At least Dallas.
New York looks disgusting.
You know what I mean? At least downtown Chicago.
New York looks disgusting. But, people get on Jay all the time and hate on Jay all the time. And they'll say I'm glazing Jay, but I don't care. But I haven't seen an artist or celebrity in that type of form or that gives back to the community like he does. That helps his own like he does. And I'm not glazing him because he's never helped me. I've never got a dollar.
The more you say you glazing, it sounds like you glazing, bro. Or you want to glaze.
Like you hear the stories of him helping regular people. You hear the story about him helping artists, like him helping DMX or him helping Lil Wayne or him helping bailing people out and never coming for credit. He's doing it out his heart. He's a good individual.
Never coming for credit sounds crazy after what you just said.
You know what? Forget it. Whatever y'all say about Jay is true now. Because as soon as I say something heartfelt and I'm like, damn, he's a good brother.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
We've been glazing in the morning. Glazing in the night. Allow me to reintroduce my glaze. My name is
But why can't men just give men other people? Why can't we
just
give
people? Because you say I'm glazing. If I say that.
Yeah, no, usually when he is giving good compliments to other men, you always be like,
I think
he always goes a step too far with it.
I think it's a jealousy thing, but that's a whole nother story in my Morgan voice.
That's why I wore my Blame Rock Nation shirt yesterday. That's why I got them Blame Rock Nation t-shirts made exactly for this.
That's crazy.
I wanted to we're closing up, but I wanted to mention Envy, you asked me about a report earlier about the Vermeer Satterwhite. I don't even know how you say it.
Ain't nobody asking about that. You just want to know. Envy can't even pronounce what you just said.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Can we just end it on Jay-Z?
What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. The lawsuit with Jay-Z and the potential son, not potential son, whatever.
Yes.
Now, glaze some more, Envy. Go. Well, see, why can't we just end on a high note? You see what I'm saying?
Look, you ask me questions, I answer them.
We're talking about that. You see how
this is great news.
See how this community does.
This is great news.
It's
positive.
The lawsuit was dropped.
Reports according to UR Web it was. So this is continued great news. You see what the community does.
Yeah.
Dang.
Because everybody look like Jay-Z. That don't mean you his son.
Oh, you glazing him. You glazing him.
Shut up.
Oh, my goodness. I hate y'all. Can we get a Jay-Z song on, please?
Just glaze.
Just glaze. All right. When we come back, we got front page news. And then former United States Secretary of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg, will be joining us.
I bet you won't glaze Pete Buttigieg. Threaten Pete with a good time if you want to, goddamn.
Can we get a Jay-Z song on first? So I can glaze him some more.
Gosh.
Envy, why would you say that?
Because I said I'm glazing. I can't show man some love and some
Yes, we can. Drop another clues bomb for Hov and Rock Nation.
Oh, you double glazed. Okay. That's a double glazed donut.
You know he like the extra white stuff.
Double glazed donut.
No, I feel, listen, by the way, y'all know I feel the same way. I ain't got nothing but love and respect for Rock Nation.
As you should, though.
Salute to Desiree, salute to Hov. I have nothing but love and respect for them.
Nice.
Because of the things Envy just said, because I see what they do for people, and I see what they do for the community.
For sure.
I don't care what the internet say. I see it firsthand.
You wore your wrong shirt today.
I should have had the Blame Rock Nation shirt
I know,
on today,
you wore it yesterday.
All right, let's get some front page news. When we come back, we're going to play PSA. Allow me to introduce myself as The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get back to some front page news. What's up, Morgan?
Hey, y'all. Hey, so President Trump wants America to be the world leader in AI. Trump addressed a summit in Washington, D.C. yesterday where he unveiled his AI action plan for the U.S. Now, the plan has three main parts: accelerating innovation, building out AI infrastructure, and making American hardware and software the standard AI platform. Let's take a listen to President Trump's comments regarding AI.
Whether we like it or not, we're suddenly engaged in a fast-paced competition to build and define this groundbreaking technology that will determine so much about the future of civilization itself.
So Trump also wants to cut down on regulatory red tape when it comes to building energy plants to power and growing technology. So, yeah, see where we stand when it comes to artificial intelligence. Elsewhere in news, the man who pled guilty to killing 4 University of Idaho students in 2022 has been sentenced to 4 life prison sentences with no possibility of parole as part of the plea deal. Brian Kohberger sat in court yesterday as Judge Stephen Hippler read the sentence for the death of one of the victims, adding the families are allowed to grieve how they see fit. Let's take a listen to Judge Stephen Hippler's comments and the reading of that sentence.
For first-degree murder of Kaylee Gonsalves, I sentence the defendant to a fixed term of life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. Yet even if I could force him to speak, which legally I cannot, how could anyone ever be assured that what he speaks is the truth? None of us have experienced the loss these victims have in the unspeakable way that they have. And therefore none of us can, nor should we, question the way in which they have handled their loss.
So the sentence was the same for the other 3 victims. Family members and friends gave emotional impact statements in court yesterday. Now, Kohberger admitted to the killings, which drew nationwide attention in a plea deal to avoid the death penalty. As part of the deal, he was not required to explain his motive for the crimes. Now, the White House has weighed in as well. And Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said the country mourns the lives of the 4 Idaho students Kohberger killed and prays for the families. Let's take a listen to Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt on this.
We are so sorry for the grief and the pain you have experienced at the hands of such a vicious and evil killer. If it were up to the president, he would have forced this monster to publicly explain why he chose to steal these innocent souls.
Yeah, it was horrible, man. One of the family members stood up and told him the only thing you failed more miserably at than being a murderer is trying to be a rapper.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't understand that one. I didn't get it, but they were visibly mad. I guess he was just trying to, hurt him. That's why I be thinking sometimes they should let these family members, man, get their licks off, man, physically.
Physically just beat
them
up.
Man. Let like why not? Like let them get their licks off. All of them. That one dude in the room with all of them. Any family member they want to bring, and they get 5 minutes.
Get closure. That's their way of closure.
Because he absolutely deserved that sentence. I just wonder if the justice system be knowing something we don't know. Like, you get 4 life sentences because they know you got to go to prison in your afterlife too. You know what I mean?
Goodness. Yeah, the victim's sister, Kaylee Conclaves, she definitely had a read for the suspect for sure. Elsewhere in news, more on the viral traffic stop out of Jacksonville, Florida. Civil rights attorney Ben Crump is applauding William McNeil for taking a punch while exercising his constitutional right to ask why he was being pulled over and why he was being asked to step out of the car. Now, Crump demanded answers and has a message for Jacksonville's sheriff. McNeil says he was just asking why he was getting pulled over and asked why he was being asked to step out the car. Now, Crump and McNeil held a press conference recently about the incident. Let's take a listen to their comments in part.
What he exhibited was a 21st century Rosa Parks moment. This was a classic case of driving while black. To the sheriff, you can't justify this. You can't condone this. You have to condemn this.
That day, I just really wanted to know, why I was getting pulled over, and I know I didn't do nothing wrong.
So McNeil's legal team wants accountability and the deputy to be fired. Earlier this week, while releasing body camera video, Jacksonville Sheriff T.K. Waters said an administrative investigation is ongoing, so he won't defend or commend the officer's actions, but noted McNeil was not complying with deputies. He added the state's attorney's office has determined officers did not violate the law. McNeil pleaded guilty to resisting an officer and driving with a suspended license.
Yeah, I mean, once again, that cop had no business, punching that young man in the face. But I do want to hear more from Ben Crump on this because, like I said, I agree with him that the cop is absolutely wrong for punching that man, escalating it to that. But that man also knew he didn't have a license. And the cops told the guy why he pulled him over. I just feel like the young man was to know he didn't have a license, the young man was acting. He was acting out.
Right, but I guess Ben Crump is also saying, he's a black man in a car who didn't have a lights on. Do people get pulled over for that? I guess that's what he was saying. But you can get pulled over for not having a seatbelt. I have before. You can get pulled over for not having your lights on.
Absolutely. You can
but I guess that's his whole thing. Like with everything, all the traffic violations we see day in and day out. He got pulled over for not having his license.
I just wish the brother would have been like, look, I don't have a license.
Yeah, you and me both.
I wish he'd have did that instead of, reacting the way that he did. Even though nothing justifies him getting punched in the face.
Nothing at all.
But I know that eventually that's going to come up. They're going to use all of that against him.
Well, anytime you get pulled over, they ask for your license. Once they pull you over, they want to know who they're talking to. They're going to ask for your license. And, it's just a sad situation.
They're going to use the fact he didn't comply.
Correct.
They're going to say that he resisted. They're going to say, his license was suspended.
Yep.
But they're going to say he had weed in his pocket.
Yep.
But none of that is a justification of why he got, punched in the face.
I agree.
Yeah. Well, that's your front page news. You guys can follow me. I'm Morgan Wood. Y'all can follow me on socials at Morgan Media. And for more news coverage, follow at Black Information Network. Download the free iHeartRadio app and visit us at BINnews.com. Thank you so much.
All right. Morgan. Thank you, Morgan. Now, when we come back, former United States Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg will be joining us, and we're going to talk to him next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Yes, indeed.
He's back. Pete Buttigieg. Welcome back.
Morning.
Now, you got out the White House and got a beard immediately. Or you didn't have that beard last time.
No, there were very few days that I didn't have to shave the whole time that I was in office, and then suddenly I didn't have to worry about that. So I started out just not shaving every day, and then we went on a vacation. I came back with a beard. I thought I'm gonna keep this for a while. Okay. Chasten's very very pro. My daughter doesn't like it. She keeps telling me to shave it because she says it's too scratchy when I kiss her goodnight.
Mm-hmm.
But her brother hasn't weighed in yet, so he might be the swing vote in the household. We'll
He's
see.
the swing vote. Yeah. Now, do they tell you look clean when you work for the White House because you're on television? Do they say that?
I don't think they have to. You just, I don't think I was ever told to shave. Not since I was in the military anyway.
Okay.
Then it was a thing.
I saw you on the Flagrant podcast with my guy Andrew Schultz. I didn't know that you had mixed race kids. I don't know why I didn't know that.
Yeah. We don't put a lot of pictures of them on the internet or, there's a lot of privacy obviously goes into that. But, they're about to turn 4. They keep every day they ask me, is it my birthday? They've just transformed our lives in so many ways. It's been amazing.
And I saw you say, you ask yourself constantly, how can I be a good dad for kids who have a different racial identity than I do? How can I help them navigate that? And for whatever reason, there was a little bit of backlash to those comments, and I don't know why.
Crazy.
I thought those were great questions to ask yourself.
I mean, I was just talking about how I feel about it, and I think anytime you talk about something that sensitive, somebody's ready to pounce. Somebody's ready to pick it apart and tear you up over it. But obviously, we're white. Our kids are mixed race. Mm-hmm. They're going to be, as they grow older, there's going to be dimensions of their lives that I will do everything I can as a father, as a loving father, to make sure that they succeed. But there will be parts of their lives that I can't really draw on personal experience to help guide them through. And so it's a lot of making sure that they have mentors and role models, other examples in their lives to help them navigate all of that. But it's just been such a blessing, and it's a new challenge every day, but it's the best, hardest thing in my life.
Who are some of those people? Like who's the black friends you call?
The advice that came in from like the first moment, I had a Navy buddy who saw a couple of pictures of them from a thing we were at the White House on and said, we got to talk about hair. And immediately wanted to make sure that because just hair products alone, and by the way, being a girl dad was intimidating to begin with, right? And then there's everything that comes with that, finding the right products for Gus, our little guy, for Penelope, our daughter, learning all of that. Like nobody in my immediate family of white relatives knows a lot about that, but lots of friends do.
You don't know how to braid?
I got you.
I got to figure it out.
Cantu, olive oil, shea moisture, and then get the wide tooth comb. Don't get the small teeth comb because that's going to pull a hair out because we got thicker hair.
Yeah, we learned that the hard way. Yeah, the Cantu, and then we got
out?
the Young King for him. It's like a 3-step sequence. It's the leave-in conditioner. Then you got the oils, right?
Yes, leave-in is good.
And then there's the essential oil, and then there's the curling cream. Although by step 3, now he's a little older, but he was really fighting us on the 3rd step. He's like,
you learning though. You learning, Pete.
So Pete,
now we got to get Pete some money. I do not want you or your husband playing them sharing hair.
So Pete,
no.
Pete, so you do her hair every day?
Yeah, well, Chaston does it more often than I do. Let me be honest.
Because I know I can't do my daughter's hair, and I know Charlamagne can't do his daughter's hair. Can you, Charlamagne?
Hell no.
I don't know if Justin can. I need to see the hair first. Round of applause. I don't know what the hair look like.
You're right. You're right.
Jesus.
So
I love it, though.
I was gonna say before you walked in, it's funny. Jess was like, "So what is Pete doing now?" And I was like, "That is a good question. What is Pete doing now that you're out the White House besides being a dad and a husband? So what are you doing now?"
So being a dad and husband is number one and it's the first time in a while that I've been able to put the kind of time in it that I want to. This is the first time in 15 years that I haven't either been in office or on the ballot, and I'm making the most of that. But this is obviously not a time in the life of our country where you can just sit still or kind of hang out and not be involved. So I'm speaking out, continuing to go on podcasts, go on TV, write. I've got a Substack where I'm writing thoughts on some of the issues that are coming up, thinking about doing a book. So keeping busy. But I have to say, at a personal level, it's been good not to be on that treadmill. Washington just has a way. I'm not saying I don't. I miss the impact we were able to have. I miss getting up in the morning and knowing that, I could make a decision that could make a whole city better off through a transportation project we were doing or something like that. I miss that. But I don't miss the negativity. I don't miss the way that Washington is so inward looking. It's always about, what did this senator have for breakfast? What are you going to do to keep these people happy that most people have never even heard of? But, that kind of thing, I don't miss.
Why do you think it was so much backlash for you going on the Flagrant podcast?
Well, in a way, it's reliving what it was like a few years ago when I started to go on Fox News a lot. So a lot of people in my party said, you can't do that. You're participating in this right-wing media system that's, that's not giving people good information. And my response was always, I can't blame somebody for not agreeing with my positions if they've never heard them. So, of course, I got to go on right-wing media. Now, you fast forward a few years to these podcasts, and Flagrant, by the way, I don't consider Flagrant to be right-wing media.
It's not.
But that's the whole point, right? A lot of these podcasts, a lot of these shows, they're not for people who are looking to get politics in their face all the time, but they are where a lot of people get their information or get exposed to people with political ideas. And I thought, okay, if President Trump was going on this show to reach listeners and viewers, why wouldn't we be putting forward a different set of ideas? Especially because when I got there and I was talking to these guys, many of whom voted a different way than I did, we agreed a lot on what was happening next, on the problem with tilting the tax code to favor the rich. And that was before the bill passed. Now the bill passed, we know it, we've seen it. Problems with cutting services, making it harder to get your phone call answered on Social Security, all of these things, right? So we could just have a conversation. And I think some people still, I remember a few people saying, like, why are you platforming these guys who have said something offensive? And I'm just thinking, like, they're platforming me. It's their show.
It's the stupidest thing when people say, well, "How are you platform?" They already have a huge platform.
Right.
So why not go on there and let people hear what it is you have to say? Give people another option.
Right. Yeah, especially because fewer and fewer people are getting their news from traditional sources. I spent part of this spring teaching at the University of Chicago. There's an Institute of Politics there that David Axelrod set up. He asked me to spend time with the students there.
I think I came right after you.
Were you there?
Yeah, I think I came right after you, they said.
Did you have a good time?
Oh, I loved it.
I think it's a great experience, and you learn so much talking to these students. One of the things I would often do is to kind of show of hands. Just where do you get your information? The number of students who said television news was zero. Like literally zero out of those students said they just sat the way I was when I was growing up, or still do sometimes, like turn on a TV show and watch it, right? They might see something from TV, go into their feed, get clipped, but in terms of where people are getting our information, we got to find people where they are.
We're still kicking in with Pete Buttigieg, former United States Secretary of Transportation. I wanted to ask about the airports. It seemed like the airport's gotten a lot worse. Why do you think that is? Or are we just hearing about it more, and these are the problems that have been having for the last 10, 20 years?
Well, I read an article yesterday. They blamed it on you, Pete.
Of course they did.
They said that. Of course. I said under you, the Department of Transportation allocated over $80 billion for DEI grants.
Okay.
Instead of putting money into
So
the actual airlines.
Yeah.
The airports.
Airports.
Obviously, I think that's bullshit. Let's break it down. First of all, quote unquote DEI grants. We're talking about transportation funding that they're now getting rid of. So, Milwaukee, 6th Street. We funded a project, $34 million, to help make a set of improvements to a very dangerous street where there have been a lot of crashes and that has divided the community. We provided funding. They're also going to improve the sewer while they're at it. I mean, this is bread and butter stuff that's going to make the city better off. Trump administration killed that grant because the application talked about equity. It talked about one of the reasons for funding this project being that neighborhood had been underinvested in. There was a project in Missoula, Montana, connecting East Missoula across Highway 200. By the way, the Republican senator from Montana supported that project and wrote me a letter saying we ought to fund it, and we did. This administration killed it just because it was part of a program that mentions equity. So when they talk about quote-unquote DEI grants, often they're talking about fixing roads and bridges that happen to go into a black neighborhood or a low-income area. Meanwhile, we'll talk about aviation. I'm pretty sure I'm the first Secretary of Transportation in 30 years or more to have the air traffic control workforce growing instead of shrinking on his watch. And that was hard because we've been losing air traffic controllers. They've been retiring. It's just been hard to get as many to come in as we're going out. I don't know whether that number's still going up now. I know that from the beginning, they all got an email saying you should think about taking a buyout and quit your job. Then they were told that email was never for them. So I don't know exactly what's going on over there now. What I know is that we left the air traffic control system better than we found it, but it's still got a lot of problems. And so the answer to your question is really it's both. There are new problems that we're seeing, that I'm seeing just as a regular member of the traveling public. But there are some issues that have been in the making for 10, 20, 30 years. We did what we could to improve it, but honestly, my successor, who I obviously disagree with on lots of things, I want him to succeed on this. I mean, for one thing, I fly a lot, but also for the sake of the country, I want them to succeed in improving that.
But it seems like a lot of the problems that we've been having, especially when we see these floods and these storms, are problems that we keep seeing, right? You look at areas in Texas or even New Jersey, they flood the same every time. So it's just like, why can't we fix those problems? It's not like it's a new problem. These are problems that are reoccurring.
So what we did was we set up funding to do things like take a road that's getting washed out every year, and instead of putting it back the exact same every time and putting a bunch of money into that, move it to where it's not going to be as vulnerable. They're going after that kind of thing too, because they're systematically deleting any reference to climate change or sustainability from anything in the government. And what that means is I think these projects are in danger.
The $80 billion that was allocated, they said 400 awards from 2021 to 2024. What did that actually go to? Because they're calling it DEI grants, but where did it go? What did it go to?
Yeah, so I don't know how they got the 80 billion number. What I can tell you, I mean, if you're counting like any project that was connected in any way to taking care of people who had been underinvested in, that'd be one way to do it. Because we had this whole idea of making sure that a good share of the grant money went to neighborhoods or communities that were cut out in the past. So, but again, there are these specific projects. East Toledo, we did a project to connect East Toledo to downtown Toledo, get people across this high crash corridor where they were having dozens of crashes. And it came under the heading of reconnecting communities or reconnecting neighborhoods, which this administration considers woke. So they're trying to cut it. To me, it's definitely important that it's going to a disadvantaged area. It's also just a good project. It's a good safety project. So they want to call it DEI. I would call it good policy. And this war on anything that has anything remotely to do with diversity, I think has gone to such an extreme. People are starting to feel it because it's starting to come for them.
So how would you respond to people who have concerns that these equity initiatives delayed urgent aviation upgrades?
It's just not true. I mean, the person who launched the contract, for example, to modernize the tech backbone of that was me. We did that. It's a big agency. We did a lot of things. We did roads, we did bridges, we did aviation, we did port. I mean, you can do a lot of things at the same time. That's what we did.
Now all of this is coming from the New York Post, so it just came out yesterday. So I'm giving you a chance to.
Oh yeah, so that specific article actually, it's I can't believe I'm saying this, but I would actually say it's worth reading, because if you read it, you'll see a bunch of anonymous people, mostly from the airline industry, complaining with no kind of specific facts or figures, followed by a whole bunch of, which like the Post does, they put it at the bottom of the article, a whole bunch of facts and figures showing something different, which was our response. But yeah, obviously the airline industry was not a big fan of mine, right? Because I was a tough regulator. I mean, we moved the rule to make sure that you can get your money back if your flight gets significantly delayed. We had really tough penalties on airlines that were holding back on people's refunds. We pushed them on things like disability, making sure if they mangle your wheelchair that they have to take care of you. The current administration froze that rule. That's something we pushed on. So obviously, my replacement is an airline lobbyist, or he was an airline lobbyist. Obviously, the airline industry is happier with the new guy who was an airline lobbyist than with somebody like me who was a tough regulator. But that's the kind of inside baseball that drives these articles, and I think it's very telling that none of the people who were throwing stones in that article actually put their name to their quote.
So early this year, when there was like plane crashes and stuff, is there a part of you that's like, I hate to see that, but I told you so?
Look, aviation's still safer than driving or any other form of transportation, but it's the nightmare scenario for anybody who cares about transportation. Definitely anybody who ever had the job I had, to have a plane crash happen in this country. One of the things that was really important to me was during my time in office, we had 4 billion emplanements, 4 billion times that somebody got onto a commercial passenger airline, and 0 crash fatalities. And it's everybody's job to keep that up. And I do worry about what'll happen if you got air traffic controllers who are being distracted by all this political nonsense, getting an email telling them that they're going to get bought out, then being told that doesn't apply to them, like firing IT people like they did on day one. Of course I'm worried about that.
We're still kicking it with former United States Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg. Charlamagne?
How do you feel about the Epstein files? I feel that Democrats should never stop talking about the Epstein files. Yeah. I think it is the one thing that builds a bridge between Democrats and that MAGA base they've been trying to reach ever since Trump won re-election.
I think that's right. Look, I think there's some folks who might say this is a distraction or this isn't the bread and butter of what we care about. But what I would say is, let's say what you really care about is legislation, policy. That's your thing. You see all these headlines about Epstein, but you think to yourself, what I care about is how the Congress is dealing with healthcare, taxes, etc. Okay. Well, Congress just got shut down. The Republicans just shut down the United States House of Representatives for 2 months in order to avoid having to vote on Donald Trump blocking the Epstein files. So even if you don't give a about the news story or the sensationalism of it, this now affects you because one of your branches of government is not operational between now and September because Speaker Mike Johnson and the Republicans would rather shut that branch of government down than let the Epstein files come out. Let that sink in. It's also another example among many, many examples of Donald Trump saying he's going to do something on day one, and then something very different happens, right? Said he's going to lower prices on day one. Opposite happened. He's pushing them up with tariffs. Said he's going to bring peace to the Middle East on day one, get peace with Russia on day one. I don't know if anybody really took him seriously on that, but that's what he says. And then he says, day one, these Epstein files are going to come out. Because at the time, it was in his interest to pretend that he was going to do that. And now it is in his interest to block those files coming out. And I don't think it's unreasonable to ask why.
Why do you think the Biden administration never put him up?
I don't know. I was not close to the DOJ or how any of that worked. I know a lot of stuff came out, but if there is really more, and I don't know, but they were waving around these binders, right, at press conferences.
Do you think it would be mutually assured destruction?
Could be. I mean, look, we already know that there were Democrats, Republicans, like there are all kinds of people mixed up with this guy. I think most Americans say, okay, let the chips fall where they may. Like, we got to know.
Yeah.
Right?
Get rid of everybody. Get rid of all of them.
Anybody who's an abuser, anybody who's committed, like, that's right. Of course, right? And it does feel like something in this moment where none of us can agree on much, that all of us can agree on that. And it's especially weird with Trump, right? Because it's not some wild liberal conspiracy claim that he was involved with Jeffrey Epstein. There's pictures still coming out now after all these years, not to mention the pictures and footage that were there years ago. And not just him like shaking hands, getting his picture taken with the guy, but like ogling women with him, right? Like dancing with, like grooving with him. Now we find out he was at his wedding. So obviously there's something there. It's not even arguable that there's something there. So I think you're right that we should be pounding on that, even if it's not a central policy priority of the party.
What are your thoughts on former U.S. President Obama saying that the Democrats need to toughen up, and take action? What are your thoughts on that?
I think he's right. Although that just reminds me of one other thing, right? Which is the distraction machine. So Trump says we're going to release the files, we're going to release the files, we're going to release the files. Then he says we're not going to release the files. And people are mad, including MAGA, saying, wait a minute, you said you're going to release this information and you're not. And what does he do? He's like, we're going to arrest Obama. What? That has nothing to do with anything, but it's the distraction machine. But yeah, as to what President Obama actually said, look, we have to be a party that is not pulling punches, that is ready to call things out for what they are, internally and externally. I think people want to know that somebody's fighting for them. At the same time, my personal theory of politics is you don't have to be a about it. And what I mean by that is that when I encounter people in actual real life who voted the other way, relatives, or even somebody might come up and say hello in like an airport or something, I'm more likely to have somebody come up and say, I'm from the other party, but it's nice running into you, than to, come up and give me the finger or something like that. Why would that be? Because look, we're humans, and for the most part, don't want to, in real life, when we're actually around each other, we don't want it to be any uglier than it has to be. And yet you go online, you go on TV, you get into those spaces, and it's different, right? So I think that the challenge for us is we should never back down from a good fight over what the right thing to do is and what the wrong thing to do is. But I think we can also demonstrate a way to do it that's actually inviting people into our coalition, saying like, we want you, and maybe you don't agree with us on 10% of the stuff or 30% of the stuff, or maybe you voted the other way last time. Like, all the more reason we want you with us this time around. And we need to be inviting, where I think people have viewed us as kind of, frankly, scolding. Like, we're scolding people for not being up on the latest cultural developments or not being the right kind of progressive or whatever it is. That has to change too.
My biggest problem with Democrats is it's like everything they're saying now, you should have been saying 2-3 years ago. Like, we've been saying Democrats was cowards. So yes, y'all should have been toughened up. Jake Tapper with the original sin, and you read that book and you see everybody knew that that Biden was too old to run, but nobody said anything. But now everybody wants to speak up. His press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, saying she's an independent now. And I'm like, why weren't y'all saying this 2-3 years ago? All of these things that y'all are saying, we the people had been saying.
We have to show a level of toughness in order to be credible, I think. And in order to go up against these guys who obviously you can fault them for all kinds of things, but they definitely project toughness. Like right now, it's going to be harder to buy a house because Donald Trump just added to the deficit in order to get tax cuts for billionaires, and that means that interest rates are going to be higher. Right now, it is growing more difficult to get health care because the premiums just went up because how Republicans changed the Obamacare subsidy. Right? Like, you don't have to be a policy buff for these things to hit you. And by the way, I think all these things that have happened are small compared to what's about to happen. This AI development that's happening right now is not just something people should care about if they're interested in tech. This is not just like a nerdy fascination. This is going to affect how all of us, it already is, right? Maybe in useful ways, like you ask ChatGPT for anything. But also in terms of jobs starting to dramatically change, right? this is a level. I mean, we lived through one version of this in the 90s when I was growing up in Indiana, and trade and automation happened, and it changed what was going on in the auto industry. I think that this will be 10 times or 100 times more disruptive. And if Democrats are caught up in yesterday's culture war or defending institutions that were getting pretty old and trying to look like the protectors of a status quo that wasn't serving anybody well, instead of offering some kind of answers for how you're supposed to make a living and how you're supposed to fit into your community when you've got technology changing everything. If we don't have answers on that, then we're definitely going to be left behind.
So what does the future of the party look like then? Like, is it more Pete Buttigieg, or is it more Mondani? Is it more Josh Shapiro, or is it more AOC? Like, what does it look like?
I mean, look, we're always going to be a big tent party. I think my style is different from some of the others in the party, and that's fine. Like, we're each going to be putting forward the version of the message that's truest to who we are. I think that a younger generation of leaders, many of whom are politically moderate, some of them are politically pretty far left, what they have in common is they are who they are. Mm-hmm. You can feel it. You can just see it. Mm-hmm. That, I think, is the future of the party.
Pete Buttigieg, ladies and gentlemen. So what's next for Pete Buttigieg? What do you have your eyes set?
He's running for president in 2028. Come on, Pete. Stop. Cut it out.
It's 2025. You got to give me at least 1 year to not be running for anything and not be in office so I can drop the kids off at school and be a human being, and then, we'll figure it out. But what I am definitely doing now and going to keep doing is speak out about this stuff and try to show versus tell a way of fighting for what's right that I think our party would benefit from.
I think you're polling at 13% right now?
It depends whose poll you look at, but
yeah. Do you look at stuff like depends who poll you look at? That was crazy, Pete. But you're polling at 13%. That's a pretty good number.
I try not to look at that too much.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not bad.
Gotcha.
Well, Pete
you
Buttigieg,
shouldn't look at other polls, Pete. You're married.
First of all,
oh my goodness,
can't pause a gay man. Just chill out, bro. Shut up.
He said it.
It's no. Pete's like, I don't know why I keep coming back here. I don't know why. He's like, I don't know why.
We appreciate it whenever you come, Pete. I tell you this all the time, man. But you never stop talking to our audience, and that means something.
That's right.
Because I feel like politicians only come around when they want something. They only come around when it's a campaign season. Mm-hmm. The fact that you come and just keep us abreast of what's going on all the time. I truly do appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Absolutely.
That's right.
And then don't forget those hair steps, because I want to see if it works.
Yeah, we should talk after this, actually.
Okay,
I have a couple questions.
All right. It's Pete Buttigieg. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. All right. Let's get to the latest with Loren.
Loren becoming a straight fat.
She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on this.
The latest with Loren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
Well, it's the latest.
On the Breakfast Club.
Talk to me. So Candace Owens is being sued by French President Emmanuel Macron and his wife Brigitte.
What?
Yes, they are suing her for defamation in the U.S. because Candace Owens claimed that Brigitte is a man.
Jeez. Oh my God.
Yes. So the defamation lawsuit was filed in a Delaware state court, and it stems from several different content videos that Candace Owens created. She's done a series on Brigitte talking. It's called The Making of Brigitte. She's what? Or Becoming Brigitte. It was a multi-part series, but there was also a YouTube video that directly addressed these claims of Brigitte not being a woman. But let's take a listen to some of Candace Owens' content. Let's take a listen to her on Brigitte Macron.
It is time for you to wake up. So we will start from the top here with a photo of Brigitte Macron. Real name, Jean-Michel Tagoe. That person that you are looking at on the right is not a woman. Okay? Here is a photo, by the way. Just over the years, Jean-Michel Tagoe, as he became Brigitte, as I said, the evidence for this is overwhelming. That second photo, I believe they found a photo of him at a pride parade when he was just living as a homosexual man. That next photo is when the transition began, if I recall correctly, and that's a photo from the professor years. And the professor years of Brigitte Macron is when he statutorily Emmanuel Macron.
Candace Owens and Jess Hilarious always want to tell people who's not a woman.
What?
Huh? What happened?
Don't play with me.
I didn't hear you.
Let me see this woman that they talking about.
I think this lady. I think she's had 3 children.
No.
Oh, okay.
So listen, this video that we just took a listen to from Candace Owens was called "The Olympics Exposed Brigitte Macron." It was episode 34. Candace Owens posted this on July 29th, 2024. Now, Tom Claire is the attorney for the French president and his wife, and he was on CNN last night because a lot of people are wondering, number one, why would you wait? Because they've been saying that this has been a year-long broadcast tirade that Candace Owens has been on, regurgitating these claims that were online.
I just want the record to show I've seen stronger faces.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say too. I've definitely seen stronger. I've seen stronger faces. No, yeah. Go ahead.
Well, let's take a listen to Tom on CNN last night talking about why they chose to file now after a year.
Why are the Macrons suing now? Well, this was really a last resort. We have attempted to engage with her for the last year, putting evidence in front of her, request after request after request, that she just simply do the right thing. This is not a legal thing. Do the right thing, tell the truth, stop spreading these lies. And each time we've done that, she mocked the Macrons. She mocked our efforts to set the record straight. She refused to retract what she had said. She started a merch campaign. She's selling T-shirts mocking and celebrating her defamation of them. And enough is enough. It was time to hold her accountable for this campaign.
What was the proof they put in Candace's face, though? Like, how do you prove? Like, first of all, you shouldn't have to prove that, but how do you prove it?
I'm not exactly for sure what all of the proof is, but in the lawsuit, or according to a statement from the attorney, when they made the demands for Candace Owens to retract her statements, they accompanied it by evidence disproving her allegations and proving, among other things, that Mrs. Macron was born a woman named Brigitte, that she is not a blood relative of President Macron.
So Candace basically dug her own grave because your feelings are not facts. I don't know why people don't understand that in this era that we in. And I also hate when people say, why are you suing now? Sometimes you just let people keep digging their grave.
Well, Candace Owens responded to the lawsuit. Let's take a listen to her response.
Are you floored? Because this is just goofy. You are officially a very goofy man, Brigitte. But I got to give it to you. You've definitely got Fire everybody around you, and I mean literally everyone around you who told you that this was a good idea, that this was a very good idea for you to be the first sitting first lady of a country to file a lawsuit against a journalist of another country. You are literally making history in all the wrong ways. And I want to be very clear here right at the top that this is obvious. Very clear that it is an obvious and desperate public relations strategy. That's what this is.
I mean, it's not a bad idea. I mean, you have to be responsible for your words, and we all know free speech not free. So, I mean, it's hard for me to believe Candace didn't expect some type of consequence.
Yeah, you can't lie on people, right? When you start lying on people and saying things like it's factual, you're going to get sued and you're going to get touched. And I think you should get sued.
Even if that's what you think, because, your opinion of her, being a man, it's not facts.
Your
and then also,
not facts.
Listen, I remember an episode of Cosby Show where, remember, he had the kids, Olivia was having a sleepover, right? And there was a kid on there, right? And everybody thought that this kid was a little boy, but that little kid was Alicia Keys. Whoa. So it's like this, you can't, you know what I'm saying?
What?
We all
what are you talking about?
Alicia Keys played in the episode of Cosby Show.
The crazy part is I know exactly what you're talking about, but I have no idea what that got to do with this.
Because
she's trying to say don't just infer.
I can tell her what I'm trying to say because he acting like he don't know what I'm trying to say. You just held up that picture and said, I've seen stronger faces. Yeah, she does, resemble a little boy when she was younger. But I'm saying she a woman. Yeah. Alicia Keys resembled a little boy in that episode, but she grew up to be a beautiful woman.
Okay, gotcha.
Because she was a girl from the jump.
I see what you're saying.
Yep. Some of us look like little boys when we little. We grow up and, some of us look like grown men, but still, we are women at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
I'm so sick of you trying to tell people who's That's what I'm sick of.
Well, I'm just saying, But Candace, man, you gotta relax.
Boy, Candace entertaining, ain't she?
Yeah, she is.
Lord have mercy.
She gonna get sued too.
Yeah, it's goofy.
All right. That is the latest with Loren. Now, don't forget, get on the phone lines right now. 800-585-1051. Jess Fix My Mess. If you need relationship advice or any type of advice, you can call Jess right now. 800-585-1051. Now, Charlamagne, who you giving that down to?
Man, before after the hour, I want House Speaker Mike Johnson and the House Republicans to come to the front of the congregation. We like to have a little word with them.
All right. We'll get to that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
You're checking out The Breakfast Club.
made it. This is a miracle.
There is no question that there are problems in this country between police and community.
Yes, you are a donkey.
The latest on that police killing of a black man.
Now to new developments in the deadly spa shooting rampage.
And yesterday was a really bad day for him, and this is what he did.
And so we are in a state of emergency.
Okay, white supremacist violence is and always has been the number one threat to our society.
But I'm also very proud that my wife is white.
The Breakfast Club, bitches.
All right, Charlamagne, please tell me, why was I your donkey of the day?
Donkey today for Thursday, July 24th goes to House Speaker Mike Johnson and House Republicans because they have stopped all legislative business to avoid voting on releasing the Epstein files. Yes, Democrats said they plan to stage a vote on bringing legislation to the floor that would force the release of the Epstein files, and House Speaker Mike Johnson and the House Republicans said, we're going to vanish for a couple of months before we let that happen. Let's go to MSNBC for the report, please.
For all of Trump's efforts to change the subject, the Epstein story is not going away. And part of the reason it's not going away is that Trump himself is prolonging the story. Trump also has drawn attention back to this case by insisting that his allies in Congress block any effort to release more information on Epstein. Today's little lackey, Speaker Mike Johnson, made the decision to effectively shut down the House just to stall a bipartisan effort to get materials from the Epstein probe, which is a fairly ham-handed way to get people to stop talking about a topic. Of course, we're going to keep talking about the topic. And if there was any doubt that Trump was behind that decision, just listen to how Speaker Johnson's position changed in just the past week.
We should put everything out there and let the people decide.
We cannot be careless in an open release like that. You have to be very careful.
Seems a little under duress there. Second video, I don't know.
Now, we had Pete Buttigieg up here, former Secretary of Transportation. Pete Buttigieg up here this morning, and he spoke on why we the people should care about this. Let's listen.
You see all these headlines about Epstein, but you think to yourself, what I care about is how the Congress is dealing with healthcare, taxes, etc. Okay, well, Congress just got shut down. The Republicans just shut down the United States House of Representatives for 2 months in order to avoid having to vote on Donald Trump blocking the Epstein files. So even if you don't give a about the news story or the sensationalism of it, this now affects you because one of your branches of government is not operational between now and September because Speaker Mike Johnson and the Republicans would rather shut that branch of government down than let the Epstein files come out.
Ooh, dropping the clues by some people to judge. Now, also yesterday, the Wall Street Journal reported that back in May, President Trump was told that his name is among many in the Epstein files. Let's go to CBS News for the report, please.
The Wall Street Journal reporting that Trump was told by his Justice Department in a briefing in May that his name were in, quote, a truckload of files related to Jeffrey Epstein. They also note that, quote, many other high-profile figures were also named. The Deputy Attorney General, Todd Blanche, the number 2 at the Department of Justice, told the Wall Street Journal that they made Trump aware of these findings and then again noted that there was nothing in the files that warranted further investigation. In a response on this story to CBS News, White House Communications Director Stephen Chung noted that President Trump kicked Jeffrey Epstein out of his Mar-a-Lago club many years ago, quote, for being a creep, and said that this latest reporting from the Wall Street Journal is, quote, nothing more than a continuation of fake news stories.
Wow. Attorney General Pam Bondi also told President Trump that the Justice Department decided not to release more Jeffrey Epstein documents because of the presence of child pornography and the need to protect the victims. No, tell the truth. You don't want to release the files because you have a need to protect President Donald Trump and whatever other powerful figures who are in those files. Okay, this is why I keep stressing that Democrats and everybody should never, ever stop talking about the Epstein files. This is the bipartisan, common sense issue that all Americans can agree on. Okay, no matter how much the Trump administration floods the zone with other stories, whenever they try to turn the channel to something else, folks need to turn it right back to the Epstein files. They didn't care when he got indicted 91 times. They didn't care when he got impeached twice. They didn't care when he tried to stage an actual insurrection. They were cool when he got found liable for sexual abuse in civil court, but the Epstein files got the MAGA base outraged. They are not with it. Okay, the biggest cover-up in America today. This is Democrats' transgender and women's sports issue, okay? Republicans never, ever never, still to this day, I've stopped talking about that. Dems need to treat the Epstein files the exact same way, okay? It's just an obvious cover-up, and Dems need to ask every day, why is the Trump administration protecting pedophiles? Simple as that, okay? Democrats, you've been looking for a way to connect with Trump supporters. You've been looking for a way to build a bridge with MAGA. The Epstein files is the issue that does that. And Mike Johnson, you think you're doing Trump a favor by shutting down the House for a couple of months so they don't force a vote to release the Epstein files, but all you really did was make matters worse by doing that. And I personally believe, and I'm putting on my tinfoil Pooh Shiesty mask right now, but I personally believe that's the whole plan. Okay, just a week ago, Mike Johnson was one of many Republicans pressing the Trump administration for more transparency on the Epstein case. Then there was a story that J.D. Vance allegedly visited Rupert Murdoch, owner of Fox News and the Wall Street Journal, right before the Wall Street Journal dropped Trump's letter to Epstein. Then this week, Monday, Mike Johnson says they are shutting down the House to avoid voting on releasing the Epstein files. And then a couple days later, the Wall Street Journal drops this exclusive that Trump is indeed in the Epstein files. Also, we know Trump is suing Rupert Murdoch, who has been a longtime advisor and political ally to Trump. He's suing him for $10 billion. Okay, all that glazing Rupert Murdoch and Fox News have done for Trump. And soon as they do something Trump doesn't like, he sues them for $10 billion. He's a friend to nobody. But I want y'all to follow me for a second. Trump got beef with Rupert Murdoch, Elon Musk, all these people who really helped put him in power. They don't seem to be rocking with him anymore. And I don't know if Trump realizes it, and I could be completely wrong. But if Trump is definitively named in the Epstein files in a damning way, credible allegations, not just association, I believe this is the perfect excuse for Republican elites to stage a political coup and push him out. Trust when I tell you Republicans always fall in line, but there are power players in the GOP who have wanted to move on from Trump for years, but they are afraid of his base. But all Republican leaders would have to say is, we didn't betray Trump. He betrayed us and the movement, okay? Because he was supposed to bring down this elite system that has been complicit in a child sex trafficking ring, but instead, he was a part of it. See, if Trump is implicated, all the conspiracy theorists' head would explode. The Pizzagate, QAnon, Save the Children, anti-establishment crowd would lose its mind, okay? Republicans could flip on Trump and fear no political consequences from the MAGA base, okay? No backlash from the MAGA base, because they couldn't support anyone connected to this level of evil, no matter how good the policies were, okay? See, Trump's superpower is that he's seen as separate from the swamp. But if you're named incredible Epstein allegations, come on, man. I mean, even the diehard MAGA supporters would be like, we got played. Okay, he's just like them. Time to move on. You think J.D. Vance was allegedly meeting with Rupert Murdoch for no reason? You think J.D. Vance has been quiet on this for nothing? They're calling for Ghislaine Maxwell to be subpoenaed to testify before Congress. If Epstein-related testimony or documents spark a new investigation, then this could trigger Republicans, okay, to activate the 25th Amendment. What is that, Uncle Charla? The 25th Amendment is if the president dies or resigns or is removed from office as a result of impeachment proceedings, then the vice president shall become president. Not to mention 2026 is around the corner, okay? Epstein files might be too toxic for House and Senate races. Republicans want to stay in power. They can ditch them without looking disloyal to the base. See, Democrats don't have the power to do this anyway, okay? Republicans can expose them, impeach them, have them removed, look like the heroes, and take their party back. This is Republican leadership best shot to get him out without getting outraged from the base. It's about morality, protecting the children, and draining the swamp for real. But I think Republicans already know that. Okay, I believe this is a plan. A political coup is being staged. Let's just sit back and watch it all play out. In the meantime, please give House Speaker Mike Johnson and the House Republicans the biggest hee-haw.
I love a political donkey.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for that donkey today.
Yes, indeed.
We'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
But as you said, we got to keep their foot on their neck. We got to see exactly what's coming out. Pause.
It's why.
I don't know.
Yo, you be walking right into a butthole,
I'm
yo.
serious.
Like, you just
and I don't walk to any buttholes. I was serious. Like, I want to see what comes out of the episode.
I know you do.
I like when you like this, Daddy. Daddy, I like when
it's
you
just nasty.
Scrambling and scraping.
Scrambling and scraping.
It's just nasty. I don't know why when you talk it just sounds like this. Logan,
Gotta see
please.
what comes
Where
out.
Logan at? Did Logan go back?
Not yet.
Okay, Logan. All weekend, slam him. Boom. Boom. Every chance you get, toughen your daddy up.
Yo,
man.
you got rainbow ears. That's what your problem is. Your ears are just rainbow.
Oh, gay ears?
Yep.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Okay. I'd rather have gay ears than a gay butthole.
Crazy.
Up next, Jess Fix My Mess. 800-58.
If you got gay ears, that mean they loose. That means that mean
800-585-1051. Jess Fix My Mess is next.
The Breakfast Club.
Baby, it's the real deal. Help me. Help me.
Oh my God.
I'm all up in your mess. I'ma fix it. Fix it. Fix it. Fix it. Just gonna fix your mess, cause my advice is real.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. It's time for Jess Fix My Mess. We have Jay on the line. Jay, what's up?
Hey, what's up, y'all?
How you doing?
Hey, Jay.
Hey. I'm so nervous to call in. Please don't say my real name if you have it. But so I'm Jay.
Okay.
Jess, I need your help. My friend been telling me to call you because she think I'm tripping.
Okay.
So here's my little story. So I've been single and celibate for 4 years, and I'm just now getting back out there dating.
Mm-hmm.
So a couple months ago, I met this guy, and our first conversation was like 6 hours long. We have everything in common. Our birthdays are 1 day apart. My favorite food is his specialty dish. We both scared of crickets. Like, it's just crazy stuff,
Both
right?
scared of crickets is crazy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's cute. It's
yes.
cute.
I've never met anybody else, especially a grown man that's scared of crickets. So I'm like, okay, God, is this my person?
I don't ever really even see crickets to be scared of them like that, but go ahead.
So, yeah, we got to talking and stuff. And normally, like, I don't talk about exes on the first date. But he kept on, like, bringing up his ex-girlfriend and dogging her out. I'm like, this is weird. So then in different elements of the conversation, he was bringing up, like, a female best friend. Or not a female, just a best friend. And I was like, okay, this is weird. So then I kicked into, like, my little investigative skills. And I was sharing with him that my PMS movie is Titanic. And then right away he responded, was like, oh, yeah, my ex-girlfriend's PMS movie is blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, wait a minute, you know, this is weird. Like, you were bringing somebody up, yeah. So then he was using the same tone to describe the ex-girlfriend and the best friend. So I said, you know, is this the same person? And he said, yeah. Like, how did you discover that? Like, that's how he said it. Like, yeah. And so I just froze, and I'm like, you know, old me used to yell, but I'm healing over here. So I decided to stay quiet and process and take it in. And I said, you know, let me just take a couple days to think about it, because I normally make rash decisions and cut people off. So a couple days later, we had a conversation about it. I brought it up. It's like, did you think about blah, blah, blah? And he said, yeah, but I'm willing to still talk to you and overlook you for your flaw. And I said, excuse me, flaw? What is my flaw? And he said, the flaw is how you reacted towards me having a best friend. You seem like the type that that doesn't think that men and women should be best friends. And I'm like, no, it's not that's not the issue. My best friend is also a guy. We've been best friends since middle school, and we're both in our 30s now. But the difference is it's platonic. We've never had sex or anything like that. And I'm like, I think that now the issue for me isn't that you have the friend. It's the fact that you didn't bring it up. You didn't tell me, and you're reacting in a negative way, like you're deflecting and trying to make it seem like it's my issue. So I want to know, is this a red flag? Like, should I continue to talk to him? I did cut him off. I'm not gonna lie. I told him I didn't want to talk to him no more.
Well, I think
but it's been like a month, and I keep thinking about him. And I was even on a date with somebody else recently, and I'm like, am I rusty? But the guy I was on a date with, he was like, man, like, so what's the worst date you ever been on? So I'm just like, I feel like I was just distracted thinking about this other guy. So what do you think I should do?
Okay, so first of all, kudos for going on dates. People don't go on real dates anymore, so I think that's dope that you are being taken on real dates, because that's what dating is. All right, now, just because that was a lot you just gave me, so I'm just about to see if this question is what I gathered from it all. Right, so his best friend is his ex-girlfriend. That's the same person.
Correct. Yes, but he was presenting it as if it was two different people.
No, keep him cut off. Yeah, he's a clown, and he tried to be a magician with it, and it didn't work. Nah, then gonna try to tell you how you reacted was wrong. He's a clown. He plays too many games. Don't got time for that. How you gonna tell you? That's the problem. Women think that you can't have a female best friend and get your best friend was your ex-girlfriend. Like, nah, we're not doing that. Now, you gave him a real example of that because you have a male best friend who you and him were just strictly platonic this whole time. You know what I mean? That's what a best friend is. Now, when you cross them lines and you try to go back, that's when it becomes weird because now y'all are now intimate. You know, y'all were once intimate. So leave him cut off. And it's not wrong to think about him. This is somebody that you liked. And then you got to take into account, you were just single and celibate for 4 years. So any type of good attention that you get coming out of that, you're going to go crazy over it. So it's not wrong that you're thinking about him, but he is not for you. Your eyes is wide open. You got the blinders off. You good. You have cleaned yourself and purified yourself for 4 years. You don't got time for none of that narcissistic BS that he playing around with. You know what I mean?
Yes, thank you so much for validating that.
Yes, I think you're good. I think you're in the best position that you could ever be in dating. Like I'm guessing you know what it's like to love yourself. You know what it's like to be alone. You know what you will tolerate. You know what you want. You know what's inappropriate. Things that don't align with you. Don't even try to mess up all of that 4 years of hard work for a clown like that. We're not doing that.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, girl.
And congrats to you. You got a whole little glow up. You married, whole baby, whole second baby. Like, that's what's up. I can see the happiness. I can see the glow all over you. So
thank you.
Shout out to Chris.
Oh, I appreciate that, girl.
That ain't number shade, bud.
Bye.
Now, Jess, this young lady has a problem. It has to do with you.
Oh my God. Is it a lady?
Yes.
I don't have time for this.
What was she born as?
What kind of lady? Yeah, what kind of lady is she? How you doing?
Tell her what happened, Mama.
Okay, so I got tickets for your show months ago, right? And then it got canceled, or not rescheduled.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, okay, we'll just go whenever it's rescheduled. Well, now it's rescheduled, and it's this weekend. But the girl that I got them with, she and I no longer speak. I've emailed her and texted her and Facebooked her and said, hey, can you just give me my information? Because I still want to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
She has not responded. And I am devastated because I'm going to buy a ticket to the matinee show, because I really want to go. If something you want to do, you're going to do it. So that's not the issue. But I just can't understand why. Just give me my ticket. I paid for it, or send me my money. And she just hasn't responded. And it's pissing me off. And then another thing is, are you doing the meet and greet after the 4 o'clock show?
No.
I'm
not.
And see, that's the devastating part because 4 o'clock actually works good for me, and I'm coming, so it doesn't matter. But I want my money on my ticket for the Friday show.
Okay, what show is she going to be at? What show did she get y'all tickets for?
The Friday one.
Friday?
The 7th. Yeah, I believe. I don't even remember. It's been so long ago. So it's Friday.
Okay. All right, cool. You want to give me a name so I can tell her that was wrong? I'm going to tell her on stage after the show. I ain't going to say nothing crazy because she's still my fan, you know what I mean? But I'm just going to be like, that was wrong that you did my homegirl like that, man.
It depends how many drinks
you don't even have to say her name. If you said the scenario, she would know.
All right, cool. All right, so look, you already bought your ticket because I can just get you tickets to the show. And you have another friend that you want to bring to the matinee, I'll just get you and them in for free.
That would be great.
And then what I will do is I will take a picture with you. I'm not doing meet and greet for that show, but if you give me your name and your plus one's name, I can have security bring you to the back after that show, and I'll just take a picture with you.
Thank you, Jess. This has made my day.
Yeah.
I hope I can't wait to see you. I'm such a big fan.
Thank you. I love you, girl.
I called y'all from Paris last week. Paris, France.
I know that's right.
So, come on.
Thank you very much.
Hold up. If you called us from Paris, France last week, you don't need that $55 back.
Yes. Mind your business and be nice.
You're right. You're right. I got to mind my business on that part. But
God is watching that. They going to put me on hold. I'm going to give them my information.
Yes, ma'am.
Saturday.
All right.
Yes, ma'am. I see you Saturday.
Now, where's your show on Saturday? Tell people that.
Arlington, Texas, y'all. Dallas, Fort Worth. Make sure y'all get y'all tickets for the improv shows. Me and Desi Alexander will be there this weekend. We got 5 shows, so get your tickets. JessHilariousOfficial.com.
Now, see, what do you do in that situation? You buy a ticket to go with somebody, y'all don't speak no more, but I still want to go?
Yo.
Do y'all sit at the same table and just don't speak at it?
Hell no. Hell no, man. The girl, honestly, what the girl did to her, because I should have asked, what did y'all do? Why did y'all fall out? Because she probably did something crazy to Shorty. That's why she not getting that $55 back. But I don't know. I don't know. That's why I said, let me know her name, because I'm going to bring her in the back and ask her what happened.
Ask her what happened.
Friday at 7.
Well, get your tickets to see Jess this weekend. What shows, how many shows you got?
5. We got 2 on Friday and 3 on Saturday. And the matinee was just added on Saturday at 4. So get those tickets, y'all.
All right. Now, when we come back, we got the latest with Loren. Don't go anywhere. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
If you daddy, let's make some noise.
What's wrong with you?
Meaning, by the way, no respect to deadbeat fathers. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart, man. All of the deadbeat fathers who choose not to be in their children's lives, y'all are complete suckers.
Mm-hmm. I don't even know how you can. Like, the joy that your kids give you and the feeling of every day you walk in that house and that little baby just grab you.
I don't care how much the baby mama pisses you off. That child is your responsibility, and that is who you are there for. Even if you and the mother don't have no, dealings with each other, you should be there for that child. And mothers, you should not keep fathers away from their children. Yeah. But I'm just talking about the ones that just choose to act like, they
don't exist.
We don't know y'all.
Yeah, that's
I don't
crazy.
respect y'all. Y'all are suckers.
Hey, Dad. Good morning. I know you're watching the show.
Hey.
Whoa.
I'm sorry. You want a hug?
Whoa.
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, let's get to the latest with Lauren.
Lauren becoming a straight fast.
She gets to be somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on you.
The latest with Loren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
Well, it's the latest.
On The Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
Alrighty, y'all. So Clarissa Shields is everywhere right now doing press because she has that fight this weekend, that's Saturday with Lonnie Daniels, happening in Detroit. Now, this fight, all her fights are a big deal, but this one is special because Clarissa has not fought in Detroit since turning pro. She's going to walk out.
She haven't?
According to...
I thought her last fight was in Detroit. Maybe I'm tripping.
The last fight was in Detroit.
Oh,
well, I've definitely seen Clarissa
I got
fight
this
in
off
Detroit.
of a website.
Nah, they lied. It was in Detroit.
Man,
Last fight was in Detroit.
AI.
No, it was an actual sports website. Well, that is not true, but it's still a big fight for her because she says she's going to be walking out to Rick Ross, I'm a boss, because she wants to remind the people. And she talked a bit last night on Nightcap about what we can expect from the fight. Let's take a listen.
What you can look forward to see it on Saturday. I don't know if you guys watched the all-women's card that happened with MVP July 11th up in Madison Square Garden. A lot of those girls that fought were good. They were ranked number 2, 3, and 4 in the world, but number 1 did not fight. So you didn't get to see the skills and the power and everything that I possess. So that's what you're going to see on Saturday. And I'm bringing, I'm packing a house with 15,000 people. I'm well over $1 million at the gate already. We're going to do probably close to $2 million at the gate. I'm coming out to put on a show. A show for the people, and I'm coming there and I'm bringing power, I'm bringing skills, I'm bringing speed, and I want to show you why I wear these greatest women of all time chains. Okay.
Dropping the clues about Clarissa Shields. It's at the Little Caesars Arena, right?
Yes, it's at the Little Caesars. Yes.
She's definitely fought there before.
Yeah, it's at the Little Caesars Arena.
Yeah, she's fought there like 3 times.
That's what's up.
I've been watching Clarissa Shields for a long time.
Well, I think, we had the conversation about the fight. Everyone's expecting Clarissa Shields to win, Absolutely. Of course. But there's also been a lot of conversation about things outside of her in the ring, which I think I like to see, because I do like to see the girls have it all. But, it has to be a lot of pressure. So everywhere she's been that I've seen, they've asked her about her new relationship, her new music. So let's take a listen to Clarissa Shields talking about wanting to have kids on the pivot.
So I feel like I put too much time on hold on having a kid and being married and stuff for boxing already. I'm gonna have a baby next year. We already have it planned out. I'm gonna have a baby next year, and then after I go through my stuff, then I'll come back and fight some more, and then probably have another one, and then do the same thing again. Like, I don't want to wait till I'm 40, 43, whatever after my career to have my kids. Right. I want to be able to run at the park with my kids and stuff like that. I don't want to be too old. So I think that keeping my body in shape, I don't drink, I don't smoke. I think that'll also help me too when I'm going through this whole body and life changing stuff.
Yes. I think that's what's up. You know, she don't want to be old when she have her kids. That's cool.
I agree. And they talked a bit about that because they were talking about Naomi Osaka and just the different pressures that Naomi Osaka had returning to tennis after having her kid.
Female athletes, yeah.
Yes. Now, on Nightcap last night, though, Clarissa, because she had an album release party last night.
What?
Listening, not release. I'm sorry, a listening party. She says that the music is not officially released, so we don't have it to play here.
Her album?
Yes.
Whose album?
It's hers.
So she rap?
She's rapping. So she talked about what she wants to do after music outside of being a mom. Let's take a listen to her on music on Nightcap.
What other hobbies are you interested in? What else is it that you like to do?
Music. I just had my listening party today, and it went very well. Okay. You know, everybody. I had 9 songs, and they rated all my songs a 10. Right. I was so shocked. I like music, and honestly, I'm a big community person. I want to train young girls and young boys who come from environments that I grew up in, and I want to teach them boxing so boxing can help them like it helped me.
Yeah, that's what's up, yo. But I ain't gonna hold you. If I went to a Clarissa Shields listening party, I would say it was nice too. Even if it ain't, she ain't gonna be my ass. What you talking about?
It does feel like this is the most chatter, at least on social media, that we've heard about Clarissa Shields outside of the ring, which is interesting because, you know, she's had a Netflix documentary, T-Rex, which is really good. She's had a biopic about her life, which is really good. Starring Ryan Destiny, the fire inside. So, you know, that's what I would tell people. For everybody who's just getting familiar with Clarissa Shields because you see her on social media, or you see her dating Papoose, go back and do your research. Go watch the Netflix documentary T-Rex. Go watch The Fire Inside, her biopic with Ryan Destiny. That came out, that was last year?
That was Christmas.
Christmas last year. I just want to make sure that she's not distracted and she is focused because there's a lot going. We hear so many things outside of the boxing ring, and I need Clarissa to win. Right? Yeah. Clarissa's the homie. I want her to win. She gets busy. She's nice. I just don't want any of these distractions to distract her from training and making sure she's properly prepared.
For sure.
Yeah, I don't think she's distracted from training. I just, she'll be focused in the ring on Saturday night. That's one thing I know about Clarissa Shields. She locks in.
She does.
She locks in when it's time to get in that ring.
But I get what Envy is saying though, because it's a lot. Like it's a lot going on, a lot that we see her doing in the media. It's like she in the media almost every day, every other day.
Yes,
and it's not about fighting.
Her star has risen a lot. As I say, it's very interesting to watch people's star rise based off things that you don't necessarily would think would make their star rise. You would think the movie would make the star rise, or the documentary, but for whatever reason, it's just all this chatter.
But I also think we're from a place when usually when boxers fight, they shut down for like 4 or 5 weeks. They get in the zone, and then you only hear them the week before. But when you hear her popping up at award shows or doing this, that, and the other, I just want to make sure she know what she's knocking this girl out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sure. That's the most important thing.
I'm pretty sure she will.
And she coming out the Rick Ross too.
Yeah,
that's cool. That's cool. I swear I thought it was gonna be our boyfriend. That's what's up.
Pap.
Yeah.
Pap. Well, she talked a lot about Pap helping her right now and just being, not even helping her, but just being like an ear and a guy for her on Nightcap as well last night. Let's take a listen.
Since I met Papoose, he has brought a whole different woman out of me, I guess. Like, I listen to him. He can tell me to be quiet, okay? And he know how to fight, so I can't bully him around and push him. He's so kind to me, and he's so helpful that I've always had to do everything myself since 17 years old, and now I have somebody that really have my back and my best interest. I was working on my happiness before I met him, but meeting him, it just gave me I think when you find your person, you can just talk to him about anything and about any problem. I call him about everything, and he always has his ear open to communicate and talk with me and give me great advice, and also to let me know look, you wrong here. It's so many tweets and so many posts that I was about to put up. He don't do it. I don't know. I feel like I have a great partner in crime, and we going somewhere special.
If she happy, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I love that.
If they happy, that's what matters, man.
Absolutely.
But could you imagine the tweets that he didn't save? Because some of the tweets that she puts out now,
I know.
So I just imagine the tweets that he said, please don't put that out.
Yeah, but she never had nobody like that to calm her down, or like she said, bring out the soft part of her, or she calls it a different type of woman because she ain't never been soft, so she don't even know how to say soft. But he brings the soft parts out of her. I think that's dope.
I do wish more people would do that. Like, before you tweet something, just call somebody first and have the conversation. Just talk about whatever it is that's making you want to tweet before you send the tweet out. Because that conversation you have might make you realize, it ain't that serious.
It ain't
I think sometimes too people take things the wrong way from her. Like, she talked about the Angel Reese tweet, and once I heard her actually talk about it and just didn't read it in a Twitter, an X post, I was like, I can see where people felt how they felt, but she was coming from a different place. Like, you know what I mean?
I know we got to wrap, but the crazy thing about Clarissa, and I think Charlamagne will say the same, is she's a very humble person. Like, she will, if she sees you, she'll come speak. She'll say what's up. So when she gets the bad rap of being this meeting, she's not that. She'll whip your ass in the ring, but she's a very humble person. Very humble person.
Probably want to include Moms of Clarissa Shields. Yes. I like Clarissa Shields a lot. Now, make sure you tune into The Zone this Saturday, July 26th. Because that's where you can watch the fight.
That's right. All right. Well, that is the latest with Loren. Now let's get to the mix. Let's go.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Reminding you guys again, my car show, the last one of the year, August 16th in New Jersey, Tri-State. So if you can make it, pull up on me. It's going to be a lot of fun, family fun day. I know a lot of different markets, schools start in August, but I know in the Tri-State they don't start until September. So come on through and enjoy yourself. It's a family fun day. Now this weekend you're going to be in Texas, right?
I'm going to be in Arlington, Texas, y'all, at the Improv. 2 shows on Friday and 3 shows on Saturday. Again, I have added a matinee show for 4 p.m. So get your tickets because I will not be doing shows on Sunday, guys. So get your tickets for that matinee show. Now listen, it's 78% sold out. So the only show that we got to sell out is the matinee. I am sorry, y'all, but get those tickets if you can. I will be doing meet and greet for the 9 p.m. show on Friday and also the 9:30 show on Saturday. So get those tickets, JessHilariousOfficial.com. And next weekend, Jacksonville, Florida. Your girl gonna be there at the Comedy Zone. So get your tickets because we got 4 shows next weekend.
Now we got a salute to Pete Buttigieg for joining us this morning.
Salute to Pete Buttigieg, man.
He cool as hell.
Yeah, he cool as hell. Former United States Secretary of Transportation. He's polling at 13% right now in regards to being the Democrat nominee for 2028. I posted it up on my Instagram page and asked, do y'all think what's his chances? My comments ain't feeling it.
No?
0% chance.
Damn.
Wow. You know what I love about black people though?
Wow. What?
Even though there's a poll that say he got a 13% chance, black people be like, he got 0.
But that's why he told you. Depends on what poll you looking at.
Somebody gonna vote for. I guess they said 0% chance of him getting the nomination or winning. I don't freaking know.
What? Yeah, but wasn't Barack Obama like less than 10% when they started first one on polls?
Yeah, but let's deal with the reality of it. Barack Obama wasn't gay.
Damn.
But he's black, and I think it's just gonna be very hard for an LGBTQ president. To win an election in America.
What are people scared of? They gonna have pink guns in the military? Like, come on now.
I don't know. I think Pete is a very sharp person.
Yep.
I think he would make a great candidate.
I think so too.
But I don't know. But you got to hear his messaging. That's the problem with Democrats right now. They don't really have a message.
Right.
Like just because you sound good and you talking good don't mean anything. What's your message? What are you going to deliver to people? Like just walking around saying Trump bad ain't gonna cut it.
Nah.
Well, it may take a gay man to get the messaging right.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, listen, man. Stranger things have happened in America. I just don't think America's ready for a gay president. I mean, we wanted like a woman president.
That's right.
What I'm saying?
But who you got winning that? Would you have a black woman? Do you think America would choose a black woman over a gay white man, or a gay white man over a black woman?
Depends who the black woman is. Because we had that conversation too about women, right? Hillary Clinton won the popular vote by more than 3 million votes. If there's no electoral college, Hillary Clinton is president.
Correct.
Okay.
Kamala Harris had the second most votes of any Democratic nominee ever. So I just think it's not that America wouldn't vote for a woman. It's just going to take the right person, I guess, to break through.
Okay. Well, it's time to give away that daily bread, and we have Shanae Pelzer. Is that
you? Yes.
Hey, what's up, Shanae? You just won $1,000.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my gosh! Thank you.
What you doing with that money?
I am going to redo my grandmother's backyard and her walkway.
Okay.
Wow.
That's dope.
You can do all that for $1,000. What crackhead you know?
Probably not.
Well, I got a few.
He got a what?
She said, I got a few. Damn, we lost her.
Damn.
No.
You need to pay that goddamn phone bill.
We got her number.
We
gonna call you back. Your phone hung up, but don't worry about it. We got your number. We got your name. We're going to make sure you get your money.
That's right.
Man,
now, today's Daily Bread is sponsored by Back Market. Stop letting old tech sit in the junk drawer. Turn it into real money with Back Market. Sell devices, clear space, pad your pockets. Learn more at backmarket.com. Now, Charlamagne, you got a positive note?
I do have a positive note, and it comes from Anne Frank, man. I love this quote a lot. Our lives are fashioned by our choices. First, we make our choices, then our choices make us. Choose wisely, y'all.
Breakfast Club, bitches.
Y'all finished or y'all done?